Starting up the stream. Let's see how we go. Let's see now. Alrighty. YouTube is a funny thing. Alright. Good. Let's set the sketching. There you go. Let's double check this out. The sound of fireworks is gonna be a big thing. I am just setting this up right now. Let's check this out. It looks good. Everything is looking good. Let's check this out. It looks good. Good. Oh, where was it? Oh well, we're gonna accept it. Alrighty, let me go ahead and set for okay. Politics. There you go. We did that one. Okay. And then I have one other book to get ready on. The official stream starts at 10 o'clock. I'm just here kind of early, so. Bay City. City Pop, yes. Let's do that. What did I? All right. Like I said, you're free to come to me if you need me, but if you want to chit chat with me, just remember I'm. Yeah, but you can chat with me while I'm live streaming. Just be careful what you say. That's it. Okay. Ugh. Man. Okay. That'll do. Let me put this over here. And let's work on something fun. That and okay. All right. Hello, folks. Like I said, the official stream starts at 10. I'm just doing some preliminary stuff right here. Let me know if you can't hear me, though.
because that is an issue. All right. All right. Let's go. All right. Okay, let's get started. Let me know if you can hear me clearly. Let me know if things is good for you. Um, it's been a bit if you've been following me. And if not, if this is your first time, well and great. Hello, folks. How are you? How is all things? Um, Let me know if the quality of video is okay because sometimes it might not be that great. So I'm just going to try and make sure that things is on the okie dory while I do the last bit of adjustments. Okay? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So we're just gonna have a cozy stream until 11:30ish because I'm going to do the phone calls to family, do a little prayer. I think the video should be looking better now. Yeah. So my phone did not have the wireless on. So I think that should be pretty good. Just slowly adjusting. All things good. Like I said, it's been a bit. Let me know if you're new here, and if not, hello again. Um, you may or may not get this in the replay either, but that's all good. I got a number of art goals to talk about, and I've been looking at the last two of my art goals and watching those last two videos. If you haven't seen them, you don't have to see them really. It's mostly of a diary for myself. Um, Sometimes you just want to write something or leave a little video for yourself. So that is basically what is been going on with me. But yeah, going back and listening to some of some of the plans that I have and not getting it didn't come to fruition. But like I said, let's get to doing a little drawings and I'll let you folks come on in, and if you don't mind sharing, because this is a public forum, let me know what your goals have been, maybe what you have achieved, what you want to work on, and things like that. In the meantime, I'm going to be sketching my character. um I haven't done the concept design for this original character, but it is for a short story. Well, a very short novel. So it's not like one or two chapters, it's a couple of chapters. And I just want to go ahead and come up a design with her. And these won't be exact sketches, probably won't be the finalized sketches either. But, I wanted to make something of it. And hopefully, get to share and publish this with you guys sometime in the future. So let's get to started, and I will go and do a bit of a ramble chit chat of my goals. So Lara is her name, and it's a sci-fi setting story. Um, but yeah, I don't want to talk too much about that story. So goals. Again, another year has come by. 2024 has been a little bit too full, a little bit too busy for me, and not just me, but in general. Things have been quite, I mean, it's been crazy. It's been a lot for a lot of folks, right? So hopefully it wasn't too crazy for you guys. But besides all the things happening around the world, what's been going on with me? Not as much lately. Just in general, just, you go to work, you come back from work, you become a couch potato, but a number of other things. But actually, no, let's talk about some positives. One of the biggest positive is getting a chance to go on a trip in Japan. Um, as right now, you probably heard on all sorts of blogs that everybody is like, for some reason, taking a trip over to Japan. and um, but it was something that I've been wanting to do for some years now, and I just didn't get the chance to do it, and I should have. So I'm glad that I got that done, and you know, just kind of getting through my bucket list, especially for how busy it is. Some people have mentioned that it's not like the old Japan or what you expect or what you're used to, but as soon as you basically step out of the like the main area, you'll get like more of the old Japan that I grew up with, watching the series, the animes and stuff that inspired me right now to to draw and stuff like that. So I have definitely enjoyed that trip, but some of the more modern Japan stuff, I wish I got a chance um to explore. So that was one of the more wins that not everybody may get the chance in their lifetime to do. So I really appreciate it. Some other wins, that was one of my older goals, which was working on some more art projects. Although I started on the art projects, I didn't get a chance to sit and finish them. And of course, Inktober was another project of mine that I wish that I had continued on. But, let's see, let's change this music. Between the hurricanes and whatnot, it was unfortunate. um, but yeah, the hurricane thing really kind of just, that was like the two back to back. And again, I'm just grateful that I, not nothing much happened or anything like that, and nothing much that I have to replace. So blessings to that for that. And um, but I do wish I did sketch more. So hopefully you guys forgive me on that aspect, that I'm not being as prolific. But with that being said, this year will definitely be a year of productivity for me. Um, I think a lot of time was used to kind of like, how should I say this? To kind of like meander. Is that a word that we all know understand? Just kind of like going about in a weird sort of circling, and not circling down the drain, but a lot of circling, just a lot of circling that I wish I wasn't doing. So, let's see. How do I feel about this characters? I tend to give my characters really long legs, so I'm gonna try to not do that this time. I think I'm gonna give her a slimmer cut. Let's see here. Yeah, let's do that. Her legs are actually quite big in this one, right? So I can already tell that I'm not really into this design. This is something that I definitely would like to share with you guys, in that when you're coming up with characters, I know some people have mentioned that the characters end up being a little bit like you don't know what to do with the characters because it's, you know, um, let's see, let's give her a little bit of a bellow. But part of it is like you need to do research, and I have not done research yet. So I'm feeling it. I'm just winging it, and it's I can feel that I'm winging it. So yes, do a little snacky. I wasn't planning for her to have short hair, but we're gonna go with short hair. Hmm. Let's see here. Should we put another little triangle right here? Hmm. Although I'm kind of making her a little bit too much of a uniform, ain't it? Let's work on that. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and give it. Oh, I want to. Yeah, I'm definitely using pen today. Where should I use that? I'm already in my my PJs and stuff like that. Because to be honest, if it wasn't for like the family call or whatever, you probably would not see me. Because I always want to sleep. But yes, that's better. That's much, 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 much better. Yes. Okay. But yeah, this year is definitely a year of productivity. I want to really be productive this year and, just get a chance to produce the stories that I have in mind. So, get back into a prolific drawing, maybe actually get a chance to do, fill out a sketchbook, which small sketchbook like these won't be too difficult, but I definitely want to get myself to work on that more. Yeah. Well, congratulations. Congratulations. Getting through, because I'm sure school right now is definitely set up differently. So, um, congratulations on that. That's definitely a big achievement. See, I didn't even plan the hands. Well, right now I'm just hmm. Let me know if you have any suggestions of what to add on to her for her. See if I could put some more light here. There we go. But yeah, I definitely want to produce a lot more art. Mhm. So one of my goals that I'm gonna have this year is to not neglect the little community that I've kind of started up here, or not neglect those that are inspired to make art. Um, you're inspired and then you just end up not hearing from me. So I wish to be more prolific in my video postings and whatnot, be more regular. I have some topics that I've asked before in the community tab. So I actually want to deliver this time. Um, I also um, want to go ahead and focus this channel very much on all of the comics and book stuff. And then I'm going to create a second channel for other kind of artwork that's just, maybe it's like just maybe some of my daytime, like my day job artwork, such as flowers, prints, watercolor, stuff that doesn't match with, manga, comics, or light novels and stuff like that. So I'll put a link to that once I start posting in the community tab if you want to follow, but you don't have to follow that one. And then, okay, I think that's pretty good. All right, so let's do her eyes. I tend to give my characters pretty feminine eyes. I'm thinking of changing this style for some time, but I can't help it if my style is very like shoujo, because that's what I read and that's what I started with. Let's see if I can get her to. I'll be honest, like, I still feel like not uncomfortable, but like unsure when I'm drawing. So sometimes I'm like draw and I'm like, oh, is that how I draw? Let's see if this thing will erase, because sometimes these pens don't erase depending on the paper. And sure enough, this is not one of them papers. Oh, nope, I found it. Gotta just find the. Yeah. So I won't be neglecting you guys from now on. So feel free to continue in posting your thoughts and comments in my comment section. Comment section. Comment section. Comment section. So that's that. That's YouTube. The next one. Yeah, hello, hello. Come in, come in, come in. We're just talking about art goals, and sketching an original character off the top of my head, which proves that I'm actually not actually really good at designing characters. I think um I've gotten that comment from time to time that people like the fashion of my characters or whatnot, but it really is based on research. Like you need to collect things that you're hoping to base your character on and then develop some sketches. It's really hard to just come up off the top of your head, you know what I mean? But yeah, feel free if you don't mind publicly posting your art goals. That's actually a good idea to start small. So for this character, this short story is kind of like my introduction into getting into writing novels and into illustrating them. And the reason is I still want to do comics, but to sit and do such a, what you call it, sometimes they call it like key illustration or like the big splash art, it takes so much time. And I don't want to develop too much of a high detail artwork for the main part of the comic. Actually, give me a second. Let me see if I can find something that what I'm to talk about what I want to do, because not only do I want to be prolific, I want to make a lot of art, but I want to make really like chunky, deep, detail art. So give me a second. Okay. So this was I have a few more of these left. These were from old Kickstarter comic of mine. It ran about 68 pages, but this is the kind of art that I want to do a few more of because I haven't done them in a while. Um but you can see like it, the original artwork is larger than this. It's like I want to say 14 by 17. And then I have this one wasn't as hard to do because it's just a simple 2 characters. But this is what I mean by like I really want to do more of this kind of key illustration. So I guess I could post where that is online too, because I think I posted this online eventually. But yeah, stuff like that I want to do more of that. So kind of thing. So that's why I'm writing my short stories, because some of the stories aren't really needed to turn into comics. And then after that, I would like to start going deeper into making some of um, maybe standalone comics. So I definitely think, really pacing yourself and making like smaller project from your bigger project will at least give you kind of like an appetizer, like you ate something a little delicious and you're ready for the next meal kind of thing. So, mm, signature weapon or not? Maybe. I guess I don't want to give out the story too much. But I will say she's not a space captain. She's more on engineering and programming. But it's definitely a sci-fi, and it's a sci-fi of like those old JRPG styles where it's like this really very kitschy. I'm debating if I'm gonna make this one more cell shading, anime shading style artwork, or just giving that really 80s, new 80s style um stuff, I guess. Mm. And there's no powers. It's a bit of a sem it's somewhat of a psychological philosophical what if short story. Mm. But yeah, let me know if there's anything particular you want to see either on YouTube or stream. I hope to do more streams too, but not that much more. It'd probably be once every 2 weeks in between the videos. Okay. Mm. I'll leave this one. I haven't drawn guys that much. I should draw more guys. So what was his name? His name is Alan. Alan, what does Alan does? He works in stock. So how should I draw him? Hmm. Not just yet. This is going to be an illustrated short novel. I've done some comics. I have another idea that I want to make a comic, but this year I want to put out this short story with a lot of illustrations, and then there's one novel that's actually on Amazon right now. Um that I want to revisit and then do the second part to that book and add illustration. Um and then afterwards I will get started on I've decided that I'm going to go for the adventure comic that I've actually started working on, like the pre-story. Um I started on the pre-story a while, maybe a couple of streams back. So let's see. Part of my goals is 12 full illustrations, a full sketchbook, and yeah, that this one short story, the two other story, and then get started on my comics. Yeah. So how does this guy look like? I actually haven't envisioned this guy. I really should do research on what I want, but I haven't finished writing the story yet. I have 3 more chapters to do, and I've done the rough after that, and then I have to go back and check up where the keys would be and stuff like that. So okay, I know what pose I want to do for him. How do you? Yeah, there you go. I think I have the pose for him, but that just tells you how much I don't like. I haven't drawn guys in such a while. His torso is probably a little bit too low. There you go. Excuse me while I scribble for a bit. I'm just trying to figure out how am I gonna, which way I want to do his legs. It's gonna look wobbly, but you're gonna have to accept this one. Yeah, I'm gonna continue to do that. I'm gonna definitely show my sketchbook process, but again, I don't make pretty sketchbooks. Like I may have shown this to prior, but I'll do like little things like this to think of like color blocking, composition scribbles. So it's not like my it's not the pretty sketchbooks that you would see online. This is basically my sketchbook. I mean, I'll still show it so that way people might feel less comfortable, because I know there's like a growing thing where people feel a little bit self-conscious of what their sketchbooks is supposed to be. And it's really just like, to me, I see it as a note-taking thing. If I really want to go and do just beautiful, beautiful illustrations, then I'll do that separately. And then there's studies, like you're just sitting and you're studying. So let me let my cat out 1 second. Teeny. Oh, you let him out? My mother's cat actually is terrified of all the fireworks. So he keeps hiding underneath the bed. Well, objectives are technically a goal. So, about the goal setting thing, I always keep hearing about people saying set up SMART goals or whatever, something, whatever, measurement, whatever, attainable, timeline, all that stuff. And I think I finally figured out what they said. It's like, I don't, you're supposed to think of what the eventual goal that you want to do. In my case, I want to get this book done, right? Um, that's the absolute goal. But what you actually have to break down is like, well, what do you do? Like, what's the routine like for you to get there? And then build the consistency, you know? So like if you don't if you don't make it exactly, but you build the consistency, you're kind of like get the ball, you're kind of getting there. So let's say I want to make a novel, a graphic novel or a novel, right? We know that in general, the novels are probably anywhere from like, 80 to like 160 pages. Official mangas are 200 and something pages, I think like 220 or whatever. Like, okay, I want to do that. And you'd be like, I want to, do one book a year, finish a book a year. That might be a bit much, or I've learned that it's a bit much. Um, Especially if it's a personal project, because then unless something is breathing down your neck or something, you're not going to do it. So what they state is that instead you need to like build a routine instead. So instead of that, maybe you'll be like, you know what? I'm going to do one full comic page every 3, 4 days. So like 2 pages a week, right? Just say, I'm going to do full, 2 pages a week. Now you might not end up with your book at the end of the year because due to like illness, change of jobs, moving around, helping somebody out, um, maybe you taking extra work because you need to pay something else, or um something good happened, like an opportunity came and you just took the chance or whatever. But at least you've already kind of like slowly established that habit and routine, so eventually you'll get there, yeah, exactly. Like the sketchbook thing, I said I'm gonna get a sketchbook done, but it's only because I have so much stuff that I need to actually plan out, and the sketchbooks aren't huge like that 600-page one. It's very, it's just a couple, maybe 40, 30. So you can get through one of these for the year, let alone you can get this one in like maybe 3 months, a month to 3 months, let alone the year. So, okay, so I know for a fact that he is going to have to wear gloves, okay, because he have to wear safety equipment, right? Yep. And I have, prettier sketches, but those are those kind of sketches that you use to actually represent finished work, because they're pretty sketches, the sketches that you actually publish. So should we give him big boots? I think so, because technically speaking, he's okay. I think I really need to draw more guys as part of my goal, because I always feel like we each always draw whatever is more like us more often. Like those giant hazmat suits or something. And I might do some more like people studies too. even if you're like motivated to get this done, because it's still just a hobby, kind of like it's a side thing. Everything that's not a side thing end up taking, first place because those are not side things. Like you gotta do them. And then after that, you're just so tired. What should he be doing though? Oh, I know what to do. Okay. Okay. I think I got what I want. What I want this shirt to be. Okay. He has a tablet in his hand because he works in logistics, shipment and logistics. The reason why I haven't started his face is I have no idea what his face is supposed to look like. All right. I mean, share the link too if it's a YouTube link. I'm always trying to like share some videos that I find interesting that works for us as artists. Only because I can't do every video, and to be honest, I'm not good at everything, anyways. So I'd rather share it to those who are better. There's nothing in here. And honestly, sometimes like doing these like New Year's things, yeah, I think his butt is supposed to be a little bit lower. These New Year's thing, this New Year like sketch thing, it gets me to break um maybe a long lull, like a long time that I haven't done anything. Here's the thing, it's not that I don't do anything, it's just that I'm definitely a couch potato, okay? I'm very much a couch potato. But also I do draw at work and I'm getting to a point where the drawings are kind of like monotonous, but it still uses that part of my brain. So I don't draw as much, but I think I'm get to the point now in my job that the work is so monotonous at this point that I'm getting the itch to make my own things now. Okay. I think that's this leg ain't right, but okay. So what does his head what is it supposed to look like? Huh? I mean, there's nothing to hide, right? Is it really serious to hide anything? I'm just sketching. And since I haven't finished the story, I haven't looked up anything for design wise. Because I also, in a years ago, when I first went to college, I was thinking I was going to be a concept artist. But I guess pretty quickly I realized that one, I don't like, when I say years ago, I mean a good years ago, okay? This was like PS2, PS2, PS3 time. This was a good long while ago. Even before that, maybe? Even before that, maybe. But didn't go into it because little by little I started to seeing the art of books, and I wasn't at that time matte painting. Matte painting is when you do like you take some photos and you kind of like arrange them and merge them together in Photoshop and then you paint over them to give a concept. Um but I was not liking the aesthetics, I guess. Not aesthetic, like I just didn't feel like a lot of the designs was curious. They weren't really exploring different things that like, different what if this or what if that or do this or do that kind of scenario. They were keeping things a little bit too realistic in some areas, and they were keeping too many things commercialized, very hyper, easy to digest across all cultures. So when you see, because design is different based on culture and historical cultures, or certain colors or certain shapes and stuff represents one thing versus another. So they kind of just like blend it out, just kind of like even it. It was starting to be like that, and that's why I didn't go into concept design. So part of me writing my stories is like I do like to sit and do the design process, like, you know, things down to like accessories, the buttons, if there's buttons, how, how the clothes fat put together, because all of that really tells you what kind of world they live in, kind of thing. Um, color, shapes, hairstyles, makeup, look, even body shapes, height, um, and then slowly getting into more and more, a little bit more of the buildings, although architecture is not my thing. And then the next thing I want to just enjoy doing sometime is like the the floral and fauna, like the trees, the leaves, and stuff like that. But clothes is definitely clothes, makeup, characters and stuff. Just the design things is definitely my thing. So, and then one of the, let's see, should he do a hoodie or a visor? Because he needs to protect his eyes, nose, and mouth. Let's keep it a little grungy, because although she came from a more updated, sterilized area, I want to kind of show like he's using older equipment. So let's do a regular hazmat kind of mask and filtration system, but also kind of like that moon, what you gonna call it, the spacesuit stuff. And that's the thing, like I haven't done research per se, but it helps to know a bit what your character is gonna be like. So you can tell that I haven't drawn guys. Like I'm clearly more hesitant than I needs to be. Mm. Let's see. I already said about the YouTube. I already said about the illustrations. And then there's just little business stuff. I want to update more of the store. Add more to the coffee page or whatever. Some more downloadables. Maybe some coloring pages. Maybe some screen tones or whatnot. Um, maybe some sketchbook collections. Mm. And then every year everybody does like a health a health based New Year's resolution that like almost nobody knows, nobody actually keeps. Um, but I think I'll keep mine because mines are, well, except for one of them, because it's really hard to get into the splits. But just stuff like that. I want to do like base body health thing. So be able to do a pull up, be able to do a push up, be able to do a split, you know, and then just work on my cardio, work on the heart. As you get older, you really need to work on that stuff. Um, and then after that, just keep stretching. I actually not grew, but I've been doing since the lockdown. I've been doing the exercise and stuff like that. And actually, I used to be 5'5", and now 5'5" and a half, and now I'm 5'7". I saw the doctor about a month and a half ago, and when they say, "Oh yeah, you 5'7", and I kind of noticed that because I was looking at family members, and one day it just occurred to me, it's like, huh. I'm at eye level or slightly above. I was like, I wonder why. And it was confirmed by the doctor. That's when I was like, okay, we're keeping this exercise stuff. I don't think I'm gonna grow any taller. I just think that you have such bad posture, and now that I'm exercising, I'm strengthening like my back and stuff like that. So especially you guys, you gotta exercise, okay? Because if we're sitting at the computer or over a desk all the time, I already see family members. They weren't artists or anything, but they were doing other kind of like back type stuff or not doing them. And as you get older, your bones get get really really sensitive. So and you don't got to do anything crazy, but do some general things. Work your cardio, do your pull up, your push ups, your squats, and your stretches. You really need to do that if you're going to be out. If you, especially as artists, as we draw. I mean, even like, I'm not into games and anything, but the fact that you hear like, professional gamers or whatever, you see them, there's like, oh yeah, you gotta exercise to keep up with your reaction time and stuff like that. Was having difficulty falling asleep. And who knew that tiring yourself out just a little bit, you know, 15 minutes would give you good sleep. And because it gave me good sleep in terms, it's supposed to help you think of new stuff. So I think his face is too old. I made him too old, guys. I love erasable pens. I mean, I don't mind sketching with a pencil, but there's something about the pen and ink that's more of my jive. Okay, let's see if I could. I've been reading way too many girly villainous web comics. I'm gonna draw him with the same kind of hair. I think his head's supposed to be just slightly bigger. Sorry, I just had to concentrate for a bit. See, I could already tell this make it look like he has eyelashes. Oh well, he's gonna have eyelashes this time because I'm not gonna overly think about it. Maybe I should have his hair a little bit more chaotic. Yes, let's do that. Mhm. I mean, honestly, I didn't. What was it? The other thing that happens is if you can intake as much protein as you can. I already like vegetables and beans, and I am a meat eater. But I mention this every single time because this is good stuff. Okay, this is good stuff. So take care of yourself. But yeah, I did not expect that. I was just like, what? What have I not been doing? Imagine if I actually did this while I was a teenager, because I was even more of a couch potato as a teenager. Anyways, I especially do need to because I've been noticing my right knee is bad, and I know that genetically speaking from my family. Oh, he actually is kind of looking pretty decent. Now I think he's too young looking. I, I no, 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 no. Well, we're gonna accept it now. I'm gonna redo him right now because right now I'm gonna redo him another day because I'm not liking his expression. I don't like it. I don't like it. He don't look right. Should I make? He's kind of like a brunette, like a reddish brunette. That I know. For some reason, that's what I know. I know her hair is gonna be light color, and I know he's like a reddish brunette. Don't ask me why that's of all the things. I don't know what he looks like, but I just know that I'm gonna make him a reddish brunette. Should I actually do curly hair? I don't know. I think I might add a bit more curls in it. Yeah, let's add more curl. But ironically, I'm at least satisfied with his hair. Maybe that's all I saw in my head when I was writing about him is his hair. When I visualize characters, it's all over the place. It really is. It's all over the place. So, but yeah, I think my goals are still pretty big though. Like if I'm doing 3 illustrated books for the year and have 12 full illustrations at the end of the year and a full sketchbook. So the 12 illustrations are the minimum that will may or may not be included in the books. So it's not like I'm saying illustrated books and 12. It's just like I want to at least get myself to doing like one artwork a month. That's where I got that number from. Um, and even if I don't illustrate all 3 of the books this year, I'm going to get the books done this year because one is almost done and it's very short. It's only 12 chapters long. So about 20,000 words, not that big. The other book is an updated version of a book that I already have that's roughly 50-ish thousand words. So I just need to check that. And then um working on book 2, which I had an idea for book 2 and then I forgot, but it was a cool idea because I feel it's a cool idea. So, what's going on in here? Come on, music, play. No, you make the next one. Anyways, but yeah. Mr. Brunette. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We sketch with the browns. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with a little, ease with a little bit of. Yeah, I'm okay with it. We okay with it. I think we is okay with it. Okay. Huh. It's been like that random little piece of hair that sticks out. I might just do that. That's very anime. That's like very anime. Well, this story can do that though. Mm, thank you. I'm genuinely just kind of like going. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants here. So you can see like the like mistakes that I'm making. And that's honestly okay. Cuz again, unless I'm doing like a final illustration, I'm not going to. Maybe over time I'll be like some of the artists that can draw exactly in one stroke, but I am not that person. Oh, I actually would like to, which will show up in a live stream. I want to probably do some more like sketches of the movement where like people are doing like martial arts, ballet, dance, breakdancing, capoeira, those kind of like movements. Oh, and parkour. So there's a couple of like videos of people doing like running tournaments. I think those are pretty cool. And if, you know, yes, we could sit here and like try to figure out foreshortening and stuff, or you could just see photos of people doing it, screen cap it, and practice from there. So that's probably what I would do. I'm gonna lower this. I think he ended up, wow. Ain't it funny? Like, he ended up being a bit better than I thought he would have been. And I'm gonna put it. But I know for a fact this is not. Alright. How big should. So we should do something with the shirt, right? Should definitely show where he works at. So maybe just more like patches and stuff. But it doesn't look so much like a work, like a logistics work. But overalls wouldn't look good either. Well, some kind of belt might work. So let's put a belt. Let's put a belt, guys. Mm. This is the result. This is the result of you keep buying stuff and not using them. I have so many pen work in here. You know, they were a good deal, which maybe that might actually be a good thing now because everything is the price of everything went up the roof. But you guys might as well, double check your pen work. See if these things actually still work. Yeah, this one will do. Mm. I'm definitely, yeah. Like most of my live stream is probably going to be sketching because if I'm doing, oh wait, what happened? What happened? Oh, okay, yeah. Anyways, it'll probably be doing these kind of sketch work because when I'm doing final illustration, I'm too much in the zone to just be like, oh, whatever, da 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 da. Oh yes, this is much better. Ah. And I'm thinking like I may have opened it before, but I'm thinking and I wrote them all down. Um I wrote some of them down and they all look like scribbles. Even my handwriting, only I can read it, okay? Of thoughts and ideas of what I can show that I actually know what I'm doing about. Because again, wasn't I supposed to give him a bag? Yes. Okay. We're going for it, okay? We're going for it in pen. But I don't want to make him looking too hot topic-ish, y'all. But yeah, I have ideas. I have ideas of what to share on how to share the work that I do. Huh. Let's see if I can do this correctly. I had to think about this. We're just gonna put like a piece of belt coming out from underneath him now. It should look like this, right? Yeah. Okay. That works. Should he put like a power pack or should he look like he has a bigger pack? Right? Not necessarily bulletproof, but you can say that it's more padding because it's a work thing. Now he's just looking like an outdoor adventurer. Oh well. C'est la vie. I tried for it. I went for it. I didn't like it. Anyways, what was I saying? Well, yeah, if you have any ideas that you prefer or would like to try out, let me know in terms of what you'd like to see in more of either the live stream specifically or just in videos in general, because again, this will be mostly a um, my comic arts channel, and I won't be changing it to anything else. Maybe I should just make his extra chunky up here. Let's make it extra chunky up here. Okay. I'm glad that, okay, you know what? The bigger I make him, I'm okay with his face being a little younger because it's actually part of the story of what happened to him. So, and then sitting there and doing like gloves and stuff. Oh, I didn't do his other knee. I didn't do his other leg. Let's see if we did this. Oh, okay. I see where my anatomy was off with this one. It's too off. Can you hear me now? Or if the music is too loud, can you hear me at all? Honestly, the anatomy of this this other leg is not working, but I'm not sure. I feel like dealing with it. Okay, I'm gonna do this instead. I switched his leg. His leg is gonna be on the other side. At all? Huh. That's funny. Still no? Okay. Can you still hear it? Yes, yes. Good? Okay. I'm definitely not. It's very clear that I don't have that much, like. Yeah, this is much better. Oh, that's a much better. Much better leg. We're doing it, We're doing it this way. Okay. I did it like this instead. I strangely enough ended up liking it to an extent. Let's finish up his face for now. His expression is not going to look right at all because I have to double check on how I want this expression to look like. He's kind of a lost soul character who works in logistics. Oh, we've been going on for an hour now, so we have another half hour, about 45 minutes, 45 minutes in. So, okay. I'm actually say Alan, okay, and Solara. I'm glad about this. I'm okay with this. I'm definitely gonna go back to her though. I'm okay with him in general, the idea, and I could build up on this, but I know I need to go back to her now. Okay. Hmm. Do you want to hear a bit about the the list of videos that I potentially would be putting out? And do you want to give some feedback to that, or do you want to um, chat about some other kind of art topic? Should we talk about some new or not drama, but things that's going on in terms of the art world? Hmm. See how I'll see how I can get for this. I think. Let's see. Awesome. Glad you can hear me. Let's see here. This character is a pretty open character, still in the same world, but I don't want to um overly design her because she shows up often enough, but not enough for me to be like, or maybe I should sketch up another character from another world because I kind of know what she looks like. See, it's all females. Oh, this is too. There you go. Actually, yes. Let's set up her to be like this instead. I'm not going to do her full body though. Should it be an up shoulder or drop shoulder? Let's do, there you go. Let's do that. Nope. Let's do that instead. There you go. Takes me a bit to come up with a more adult style and then to work on it. But yeah. Let me go ahead and do a quick, maybe a little quick talk about some video topics. Okay. All right. Let's see what we're gonna do here. I have some tutorials on the channel, and I'm probably gonna make a playlist of like very specific tutorials, but I do have list here a bit of hair, eyes, and accessories type videos that I want to work on for you guys. I do know I have some live streams definitely for trying to practice more dynamic poses. Let's see here. Or different kind of hairs. I want to explore some more on the hairs that I'm going, the hairs. That sounds really out of context. That sounds weird. All right, let's set it up like that, right? For her skirt's gonna be like that, right? Okay. And that's the rest of her stomach. This should be as that. This should be removed. Think this should be modified. Make it a little bit lighter. This should be added. This should be taken out. And then her stuff should be like this. Okay. Let's set it up like this. Let's set it up like that. And let's go. Okay. This is very much uneven, but we're not trying to make it perfect. But I think that's pretty cool. I think that'd be pretty cool. Okay. Let's see. I'm definitely gonna show a couple of video process of how I go about making my larger illustrations. Again, I'm sharing it with you guys, but it's also very helpful for me because there's some techniques that I've kind of like accidentally found, but ooh, should I give her a boot? It would make sense for her to have a boot, right? I definitely made her a tall character. Oh well. Throwing out a little bit of Japanese here. So how should I do her collar though? Yep, I'll be streaming more. I'm trying to go for one every 2 weeks, but I'll be posting other videos too. So for now, I plan to have it on Wednesdays. So this one is just because, it's New Year's, but I plan to have it on Wednesday evening. So roughly about 7 or 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesdays. And I'll just stream for about an hour and a half ish. I'm not going to give her anything on her hands. She's just going to have her hands out. Okay. But her face is too young looking here, too. So I'm going to have to literally... There you go. She's supposed to have a higher cheekbones. But let's even out that neck right here because we don't want... Her eyes are supposed to be lighter, but I ended up making it really dark. There you go. It's still, the chins are bad. The chins are bad, guys. That's what you get when you don't set up the head right at the beginning, right? It's better than I thought it was gonna end up being, but now, anyways. Yeah, I plan to live stream a lot more this coming year. Should I do a cutout? We'll do a cutout. A cutout is, yeah, I think that's a good idea. Let's do a cutout. There you go. Where can we, my old one, I think, let me look it up first before. So funny. Oh, we're gonna do all sorts of things, aren't we? Let me see if I can look for it up. Let me see. Okay. But I don't have a current comic right now. The thing is gonna give me everything, but what is okay. Seems like the people are popping up early. Okay. Found it. And those are some of the stuff that I'm probably going to revisit in a much better fashion and actually finish it. And then where can I... What's the name of the other one? Do I have this one still online? Oh yeah, there was that comic. I have so many. I'm going back to like memory lane. Let's see. I had a comic called Oi Claire, which I showed. I have one that I haven't started called Privilege. The other one is called Galactic Divine, which I actually have some stories for. I'm on my like old DeviantArt page, which I don't mind showing. It's just funny that it's to go through this and be like, huh, there's so many stuff here. Interesting. That's so hilarious. Okay, I don't like I said, I don't mind showing you my old stuff that I'm going to revisit, so I'll go ahead and post it in the link here too. Yeah, you better get it listen, because then if you look and you'll look at like the timestamp for some of these concepts in these old links that I'm revisiting, and you'll see how many years have passed by. Do not be like me, okay? Chop it up into chunks and actually get the stuff done. They were all relatively short, and there's one that I think I took off the internet and I don't know where it is. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna just repost them all on the coffee just to have something to a placeholder for them. And it'll be free to read. It's just some place to put them. You know what I mean? Like I need to put them somewhere. Uh so I'm gonna definitely go there. Let's see. Okay, yeah, okay. I think that's it. Actually, no, there is an art drama that I want to talk about that we can have fun about. Um, so is it? I'm not gonna go back into doing conventions per se, but I want to say that I've been watching some of the ArtCon vlogs and stuff, and my goodness gracious, since when did conventions got so expensive for these art tables? Like, what is up with that? Like, are they who? I don't know. I am just shocked when I hear some of the prices. Like, I heard some tables costing like 800 to 1,000, $1,200 at Otakon, and I'm seeing like Anime Weekend Atlanta was a bust because they like double. See, I left doing artist alley tables years ago, um, like a good a number of years ago because I already was seeing that. You know what? I just don't see myself doing this right now. And back then, the tables were like anywhere from like 200 to I want to say 400. The most was the price for like Anime Boston or Otakon and stuff like that. And I only got into Otakon once, and I think it was through a share table or whatever. But yo, when I'm hearing this, I'm like, what am I am I missing something? Am I missing something? And because I was looking and I was like, I'd like to just go in there and enjoy sharing my books and whatever. But yo, you guys, folks, the business oriented artist alley artists are just like running smoke around me. I can't. I think the most I've ever made at a convention was probably $1,800 or $1,900, and I want to say it was Anime Boston. Let's see, I've been to and if you don't know the name of these convention, these are in the what would I be? I'd be on the East Coast. I'm the East Coast of the United States. So I've not ever been to like I've never been to um Anime Expo or anything like that. I've been to Anime NYC. I've been to Anime Next. I've been to MomoCon. I've been to the Manganex. I've been to Katsucon. I've been to, I already said Anime Boston, Anime Week in Atlanta. I've actually did went to Denver. Was it not Denver Comic Con? I want to, yeah, maybe it was Denver Comic Con. I have not got into ACON, so I guess I never went to the one in Texas. Um, and of course, uh, the Florida one, SuperCon, MegaCon. Um, I've been to a number one, and the most I've ever made at a convention, is like $118. And let's add more lines because you can never go wrong with adding more lines, right? And it's mostly because I do like my own, like my original stuff or whatever. And it's original stuff that doesn't really bank on too many tropes that are as common. Maybe if I did like BL, or if I did more villainous type series, maybe. And that's a big maybe, because it takes time for people to like attract to a character. And I feel like even now, even though manga sales are pretty good, and a lot of indie comics are pretty decent, pretty doing well, I feel like a lot of people still get into, whether it's comics or manga, through either the movies or the anime or animation. It takes a bit. So like the merchandising comes pretty well, but just coming in just cold feet with this kind of stuff, I don't think is as common. So mm, I mean, like, the genre I don't like is time travel. So I don't really care for like, too many alternative whatchamacallit, alternative universes and alternative, multi timelines and remakes, and things like that. So I just kind of like, I could do without. It's, or like whenever they do the remake, they just for some reason refuse to keep the charm of the old one. For me, it's the Sailor Moon remake, which is funny because Sailor Moon is a funny example. Sailor Moon is a funny example because technically the remake supposedly is more accurate to the manga, whereas I never got into the manga, so I'm part of the problem. But now I mostly read manga or webtoons. But what did I do? I bought the art books, some of them, right? And I watched the original anime, but the remake is technically more in line with the manga, especially the way they drew the characters. And I'm just like, so you mean to tell me the original anime, the people sat there and they really like add in all that extra information on the characters? We're going to give her a dark boot because we're color blocking now. Mm. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I didn't, it's not like I started off not liking time travel stories. I just started to not like them because it ended up being something I can't trust on, and or rather I can't get into it because at any given moment, depending on the popularity of a series, they could just keep on adding more to the character. And then so I end up not being able to develop that kind of attachment for a character anymore. It no longer is real to me. And not real, not that it's not real per se. It's just it's hard for me to accept things as they are because I'm like, well, technically speaking, they could come back or they never, they never either pass away or have that really dramatic character shift, except for one series, and that's because it only did one timeline split. It didn't do multiple timelines or you know going back in time or restarting time or changing characters and stuff like that because there's a lot that can change a person that end up changing their characters. Like the same character was and the show is called Continuum, and it's about how the world is taken over by technology, like very few technology companies, and one of the ruling rulers there was kind of regret it. He at the end of his life stage, he regrets how what ended up happening to the world. So he sent out the main character back in time, but didn't really tell her that it's going back in time. Like just like, listen, I need you to like fix time. That's he kind of gave her something very generic. So when she met him as a young guy, she's kind of surprised of what he is when he was younger, how the world is when he was during that time. And she when he meets him, he's like, "What are you talking about?" Because it's kind of like you see the character genuinely who he is and why he would come to regret what happened because that the kind of like when you're in the flow of life and things, you end up doing decisions that you regret doing, and it's just like one after the other. And it's not until you really sit there towards the end of your life you're like, wait a minute, how did we get here, you know so yeah, there's been a lot of filler stuff going on, so we're trying to I just accept the fact that we're gonna get so much more filler. We are going to get so much more filler. And this is the same thing with my job, which my job is not entertainment. My job is retail. So it's basically making stuff for clothes, but clothes and other accessories. But like we're gonna get so much more because they're trying to do like this plug and play of the machine to just keep regurgitating things. And that's just like, I mean, I don't know. This will be the time where I've already gone out and touched grass, okay? I have a garden. I planted some trees. I've even eaten some of the fruits of my labor because I if it ain't coming out something interesting or fun at least, it's a no-go. It's not even a no-go. You're just tired. You become tired watching something that's supposed to be like fun, you know? I will be yeah, I do the artwork that's printed onto the fabric. Actually I can show you something. I don't really buy currently at the store that I work at, but I can show you something that I've made. Let's see. There you go. So this is like a beach cover, but you can see like the hibiscus. So I'm artwork more in line of what you would see in a store. Um, I don't do as much graphic tees like I used to. Uh, so there's that kind of stuff, and then I do things for like plates, um, embroideries and things like that. So the division that I wanted to work at was the exercise division because I like those abstract prints, but they got me here. Or stuff like this. This is not my artwork, but I've done something like this and then they would print it on something that you buy. This one is a glass holder. It's for holding your glasses. But this is stuff like this. Like I've done luggages before and things like that. So what happened to the music? Tingle. Okay. Oh, it's already 11:30, huh? Before I go off onto another subject, any last bit of things you guys want to say? Because I do have to get ready for like being with family and whatnot. Hmm? Ooh, that just ate the paper. Ooh. But yeah, I probably will go back to that topic of like anime cons and stuff like that because I do some outdoor markets, but not the anime cons, guys. Not the anime cons. Them stuff is too expensive. I think I've decided to make her hair longer. I wasn't going to, but I am now. Travel art journal. Like when you paint on location and whatnot. Um, if that's what you mean. I was supposed to do so for Japan, but we were walking so much. We were walking the whole time. So I had to like slowly sip on um not sake, but um it's like a soju, which is the Korean version. It's especially my brother, because he went and like half climbed up Mount Fuji with one of those steel toe boots. I think that he said that a couple of people saw him and they were just like, "You climb with that? Like, are you?" You know, they don't say it in English because they don't. That's not their language, but they're gonna be like, they're mountain climbers, and they're just like, "You don't climb with those shoes." But uh, that would have been the only one that I was thinking of, and I had actually bought some art materials there for that reason. But I end up liking being in the moment. I don't even like taking that much photos when I'm traveling. I just take a couple just to like remember the moment, but after that I actually really want to just be really in that moment, just really just taking in my full senses and stuff like that. So I am not one for that. Um and I only watch such things whenever I need to look up information, but after that, yeah, I don't do art journals. I don't do travel journals. So, but maybe I might because painting from life, more like painting from life like location might do a thing for me. I might do that. I might paint from location. I like how her dress ended up. I like how her dress ended up on this one, but I'm probably gonna have to do something more on it. But I'm gonna leave it for now. Any last bits before we head on out? Cause it is 11:37 and I'm slowly running late. If not, definitely want to say, Happy New Year's to everyone. We made it through this year because stuff is going. Yeah, that's true. I mean, okay. I'm glad that you found my pattern video helpful because it didn't do as much in the algorithm, and that's okay. Feel free to share it with people, but for the most part, I know that there's my markers and how to make screen tones was a hit, and I'm glad. But it's always just kind of funny, like the little things that I'm thinking that a lot of people probably won't. particularly care for this, but the few that will find it helpful will find it helpful. So I'm glad you found it helpful. Um, let's see. Yeah, it does. The job does require is an art job, but at the same time, when you start to do like repetitive things over and over again, it starts to burn. It makes you go through burnout and it burns out the part that you would like to do something fun with. And I'm at a point where I need to do I need to do more education to get out of the position because you can't I'm stuck in a bit of a bubble, like a bit of a career plateau. I want to move on ahead. But also I want to move on ahead because was it 3 weeks ago my boss announced that we can use AI, like legal has let AI pass through like we're to use AI. Of course the entire team was like, "Huh?" Like we're kind of like resisting to it because for me I'm not even like I don't mean to go dark with this, right? It's a good way to start the new year, right? Right? Uh I'm not even like once the Pandora box was open, I'm not even bothered. I'm not I you see I'm using too many words because I have a lot of feelings about this. It's not even the fact that AI exists and it's a tool to be used. It's the fact that just like a knife or fire, it will be misused and too many people will try to misuse it. And right now, AI isn't at the level that these companies think that they are. And I am concerned that they think we could pump out more artwork when we really can't pump out more. But it doesn't matter, right? It's kind of like when Photoshop first came out, Photoshop equals the easy button. It's an old meme, right? Um, But also, as more and more of it gets replaced by AI, the position that I'm in will probably disappear pretty quickly. I mean, we've all seen all of the different kind of layoffs, and I don't want to end this live stream on a dark note. But what I'm trying to say is, even though you're working food service, which the way people are using up food services, you got some thick skin, okay? So commend yourself on that. Pat yourself on the back, okay? Get yourself a little pick me up present or something because you're doing the work, right? Because it's not burning my because it's not burning your mental part where it talks about where it deals with art. You're now more like free to just think of what you want to do. And then the other thing is when you work with certain companies under salary, whatever it is, they get really bothered if you do artwork that could be used in the company outside the company. They get real bothered by that. So there's a double-edged sword to it all. But I'm at a point I got to here. Now I need to go somewhere else kind of thing. So don't don't be too bothered by the food delivery thing. So I didn't know you did graphic design. I have attempted doing graphic design 3 times. Which is good because then I finally figured out how to use a pen tool in Illustrator, and now my job requires it. So I do packaging. I do some packaging, but I complain all the time that I don't want to do packaging because I'm not really good at it. But I'm glad you like the artwork. It's not like it's not too much of anything, and that's okay. Like your sketchbook, sometimes it's a good warm up, right? If you exercise your body, you got to exercise your artistic mind. So it's very, just getting there. And I think I could build on it, especially on Alan. Alan, I did pretty good. Solara, I want to come back to. So I'm glad that you guys enjoy this stream. And it is 11:42. I really need to get my tush in another room. So yeah, folks, happy new year. Um, May all the good things, all the better things, have a much better year this year. May you have a good time with your friends, your family. I'm going to, do the family call and prayer and all that stuff, all that good stuff. Um, don't be too hard on yourself. Take care of your body, take care of your mind. Um, and yeah, just enjoy making art because the rest of the world's pretending that they don't need us, and then one day you know, they're gonna miss us. So make the stuff that you want to make. So alrighty, folks. Bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Now let's see if I can actually get this to go away. My janky setup.